Well, good morning.
Good morning, surprise, surprise. I don't know if you ladies have met Margaret before on this side of the camera. She's usually on that side. And all these special techniques that you see coming in and out and all these fancy things, well, that's Margaret's creation. So she's very creative and she's very techie. And we are so glad to have that experience on board because my techie is like out of date now because I've been out of the workforce for like 13 or 14 years.
Yeah.
So just the time zips by in technology. It's amazing.
So if anything goes wrong, it's me.
No, Margaret.
Comments.
So welcome. And are we showing a word of the day today?
Not yet.
Okay, but we will
We're just saying hello from Cherished Pieces and Tilsonburg. Welcome this morning
to our fancy studio.
Yeah. All right. So we do have a word for today. There it goes. So the word for today's live draw is flag. So be creative and enter flag into the comments to be entered into our draw this morning.
So you only have to say it once because that's the way the system picks it up. So even if you said it 10 times, you're only going to get one whack at it. Yeah, so then you can comment on your friends or whatever else you like.
So this morning for the draw, Tammy left us a nice gift here. So I think these are teal green fat quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I counting right? Yeah.
Yep.
5 fat quarters. I'm never on this side of the camera, so it's weird. We also have a pattern there for Primitive Gatherings pattern. It comes with a little template in it to make this lovely itty bitty primitive pinwheels.
Some people do runners with them, or it could be like
cute.
Could be a block in a fancy quilt. Yeah, all kinds of things.
And then we have a machine applique book.
For the terrified quilter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Machine
terrified quilter.
Machine applique. Because some people are really afraid to do applique. And Sharon Pedersen has some great tips. Yeah. And it's a really good book.
Yeah. All right. So flag in the comments to enter our draw this morning.
Okay. So we've got Margaret and Betty Ann and Susan and Mary Deb and Lynn. Lynn was just at our retreat. There's Terry. And Susan and Elaine, and Patty. So welcome everybody. Thank you. And there's Barb. We just came back from our first spring retreat yesterday, and we had 46 lovely women, and I really enjoyed myself. There was just so many really lovely people to visit with. And this time I brought my little featherweight because I usually bring my other machine. And we learned to be friends, and it was sewing a lovely straight seam, and I'm pretty happy about that. Lighter for me to carry, and certainly lighter for my husband up and down the stairs because my other machine was pretty heavy. So I think that's going to be my retreat go-to. So I was a little concerned about, was I going to be able to, make that straight stitch and get it? And because we're very spoiled because you have to lift the lever. You have to pull the thread. You have to cut the thread. You have to thread it yourself. And
no computer in there.
No. And it was fun, but because it reminded me of when I was first learning to sew, and I had sewed on one of those. Yeah. But you don't really appreciate how spoiled we are with some of our machines.
Doesn't beep at you when you make a mistake.
No, you don't have to worry about whether it's the wrong foot or not. But anyway, that's just fun, right? So I was laughing at myself a little bit internally. So it was all good.
They're fun to play on.
Yeah. And we will be, I don't have them ready yet, but we had a lovely show and share, and I will be posting those pictures, hopefully by the weekend. So we had a couple of new things that came in, I think. So we've got this nice New York beauty book, and it's a sampler. Yeah, maybe we will put it down. Can we do that? Okay. So there's some.
There we go.
Thanks, Margaret, because there are some there's lots of good detail in here of some different things that you can do. And then, of course, the patterns are there. And then this one, Twist and Turn. This is curved paper piecing. And there's some, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at these.
That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Wouldn't that be fun on a jacket?
You know what? It would.
Where's Rosie? She on this morning?
Oh, I expect at some point she will be if she's not on now. Anyway, so that would be neat. And I like to mention that we carry the Carol Dilk paper piecing. I was going to talk about that later anyway, but we carry the foundation paper, so you can always copy those patterns onto that if you need more. We have these adorable little needle minders that have hit. This one is a little sewing machine. It's $12. When is this? Because it's Lori Holt. My goodness, this one is $25. That just seems off. I'll have to double check that. The little flower, that seems ridiculous. It just, seems
because this one's 12.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll check that out. And then, because we love our little Highland cows, this is a little block, and you could put that in a quilt. You could put it on a label. You could put it on a bag, and it's $6.99. Yeah. So it's quite adorable. And we have those because we know we love our Highland cows. I think that's all I had for down here.
Right. That is cute.
So we have, Margaret is going to be doing some information on bags today. So I think you're going to find that quite informative. I'm my little bag guru.
Maybe. I like making the bags. And I know for many people, it can be very terrifying to pick up a bag pattern and know how to start and complete it. Because sometimes our machines don't like the fabric or the stabilizer that we're using. But I just say go for it. You just slow down your machine. You might have to hand crank your wheel over the bumpy parts, but just have some fun with it. So I brought some samples of different types of interfacing and some of my bags just to show you don't always have to follow what the pattern suggests for an interfacing. You can just be creative and have some fun with it. Okay, so maybe which one's the easier way? This is new to me, right? So let me start with some interfacing samples, maybe. So the first one I think everybody is very used to is like the foam.
The Basel, or Annie's has a by Annie product.
Yeah, the soft and stable is some of the neighbor.
Yeah, it's the same stuff.
It's the same stuff. I use the Basel foam, and it makes a nice product for sure when you're creating your bag because it's nice and stiff. You can see how I'm not used to the camera. Look at that. It's nice and stiff. It's flexible. It gives good structure to your bag. But for some of us, the machine doesn't like the extra bulk once you start getting your seams on and now you're sewing over that, right? So it can be kind of daunting, but there are some tricks to it. So if you want to use it, and maybe I'm going to go down. So I think the biggest trick, so there's the thickness of the Basel. And then once you get 2 layers in there, you can see that it gets a little bit trickier. And then if you add in your next layer, you're going over that and you can get your skipped stitches quite easily. So a trick with this is to do a scant 1/4 inch seam of stitching. Maybe I didn't do the right color stitching on there. Hopefully you can see it. And then do another line inside it and another line of stitching inside it so that you are squishing that down. So you can see the difference of the thickness now. And so now then when you fold it, it becomes a little bit easier to actually sew that together.
So, and the little jump things we have help too. There's those little
I meant to bring one,
but it's like a plexiglass. Quite often machines come with them.
Yeah, so those jumpers that go behind your presser foot to help you go over the thickness of your seam. But if you don't have one, take a piece of your scrap and fold it to it's the right thickness of the fabric you're doing and put it behind instead of that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So there are ways around it. So there's that one. That's the Basel. So nice and thick. And where's my... So this is the tote that you might have seen in store. This lovely bag is the Firefly. And you can see it has lots of... Am I going up and down? Make you dizzy.
Lots of body.
It has lots... Oh, how do I go? There you go. Lots of structure to it. You can see it stands. It's not very good in camera, is it? There we go.
Yeah.
So there's lots of structure in there. So that's with it. With that foam in there, and you can see it is thick there to sew, and you might see a few skip stitches with mine, but hey, I like it.
That's beautiful.
So that's the foam one. If you're afraid of that, you can always just take a piece of batting. It gives you a different structure. It's not as thick as the foam. You can see this one is nice and floppy. It still quilts up really nicely, and I just use muslin on the back of this one. Whereas this one, I double lined it. So this is my front, and this was my lining, or vice versa, of the bag I did. So I kind of hid the seams inside for that. So
What do you mean you hid the seams inside for that?
where is that? Do I have that bag?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come across it, and then because
I don't
she's
know if
got quite a pile here.
Yeah, I don't know if I brought my Buy Annie bags out there. I think my purse. So have you ever done a Buy Annie bag? She does binding on her seams inside her bags.
Okay.
So it's not a loose lining. It's actually quilted in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So you could use your batting. I use scrap batting in a lot of things.
And we really like this. Like, we use Quilter's Dream cotton, and you'll find that the weight that we carry, it's thinner. Like, it's not the big, heavy, like warm and natural. It's beautiful in quilts, but it's so nice, like in whether it be a runner or anything else. It's just lovely to work with.
Yeah. And so I made this project bag, and on the front here, this is what I used. I had a scrap piece of batting so that I could quilt my square blocks, and it gives it a nice soft texture for a project bag. This is when I'm doing hand stitching. So when I quilted the front, that's what I used. But when I did the back, because I didn't want to quilt the back, I used fusible fleece on the back. Now you could use your batting, but I would probably quilt it just to stay it in place. It's not like you're going to be washing it over and over again. But again, the fusible fleece is a little bit stiffer.
And in the Mondo bags, they suggest fusible fleece. But we have also used the Basel. So I made them both ways.
Yeah.
And I think, it just depends on your luck now.
Oh, I got to come up because this is a larger bag. So here is the small Firefly bag that I use the foam in. It has a lot of structure. This is the same bag, but a larger size. And I use fusible fleece. So you can see how softer it is. It still has good structure to it. And I quilted it. You might be able to see the lines. I just drew chalk lines and put on my walking foot and quilted it. But it's still a nice bag. It's not as heavy either. I find with the Basel, the foam, it gets a little heavier the bigger the bag. So it just depends on what you want in a bag.
Yeah,
right? What kind of structure you're looking for. And then there are a few other things that you can use. This is the SF101, or we have another product almost the same that we showed a couple of weeks ago. This is your woven stabilizer, right? You could just use this in a bag, depending on how much structure that you actually want.
Maybe a smaller bag or a wallet.
Yeah.
Or a pocket. Would you use that on an outside pocket maybe?
I definitely use it on my outside pocket. So these ones aren't quilted. So these ones have the SF101 in there.
Okay.
This will have it in there as well. Gives it structure, and any of my lining pockets inside in the lining itself will have it as well.
Okay.
So you can see with this piece of fabric, that's all it has on it is that woven interfacing, and it's
very pliable.
It's very pliable and very easy to sew. So there's some examples that are there. I have a couple of more. If you're still good with me here.
Absolutely. This is good.
So I made this little bit of thread bed project. I don't know what you want to call it. Keeper, I guess. I was going to a stitchy class with my mom. So I made this. This side has fusible fleece on it. Kind of keeps my thread in place. I put a magnet in here. And then this side I used a zip with the vinyl. But on the outside, I wanted it to be stiff. So it was like a binder book. So it kind of, had some structure to it. So I used,
there it is.
There we go. and Peltex.
Mhm.
I always forget the name of this, but you can see it bends.
And you can get that in fusible or non, like fusible one side or non.
I actually had fusible, which is really nice because when I laid out the backing on it, then I just ironed it because I might have ironed by mistake right here on my fusible fleece and melted it a bit in one spot, but
yeah, we have to watch.
but it was nice.
This is
on
the
the
same
back.
product we were using in our fabric bowls.
Right. Yeah. Gives it nice structure in there. Yeah. Any questions? I don't think I see anything coming up. So there's, or you could just, I made this pencil case. We do a kids class in the summer. I'm teaching kids how to sew. And this pencil case is something that I do with them. And it's nice. I find it nice and stiff. It's just 2 pieces of material with heat and bond light in between. And it would make a nice little wallet. It's nice and stiff for a pencil case.
We have some different weights in heat and bond. I like the heat and bond light a lot for applique too.
Yeah. Or maybe you don't want to use any interfacing. This is a canvas material. And you can see this is very pliable. It's like a little side backpack that I have. And it's got really hardly any structure to it. But I can fill it quite nicely. What I like about this, because it doesn't have the bosel in it, that foam, it's not as heavy as my backpack that I made. And my shoulders can get tired after a while with the weight of it. So this is quite nice how it's very pliable. So no interfacing. It does have a lining in it. And the lining does have the fusible or the woven interfacing, that SF101 in it though. That's the only structure with that. So some of the other purses that we have in the store with patterns. So this is one of them here. And this one is vegan leather.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just quilted it. There's no interfacing behind this when I quilted it. I just drew my lines, followed it with a walking foot. You can see now in the center here, I've just used cotton. And with this, I did use the bosel, the foam, and quilted this piece in here, the front and back. Just because of the leather or the pleather here has structure, I wanted this to have the same type of weight in it. So I did use the foam for my pocket in there.
I like the mixed media.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to mix your medias. That's for sure. And then the handle in there. Now you might think, what about structure? So the bottom of the bag and then the zipper pieces need some sort of interfacing in there to help with the structure. And then that's when we bring in, oh, I forgot the name.
Decoville.
Your Decoville. So Decoville Light is usually what's been used in there. This is fusible. So it irons on in place, sews through beautifully, and it'll give any of your cork, your leather, your vegan leather, some structure in there or some support where a lot of the weight is in the bottom. And when you're pulling your zipper back and forth.
Because these bags looks like you bought them and not made them. And it's those little extra touches that give it that professional look.
And her patterns, I forgot.
Studio One, I believe.
We have a bunch of her patterns for these bags, and she does a step-by-step video on how to do it. So easy. Her videos are very easy. Her patterns are very easy to follow as well.
And we're going to do a bit of a display of these and this lady's products with her bag. So we'll have the patterns with the hardware included, and then some of our faux leather available at the St. Mary's show.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of a display in our booth.
Yeah. And then cork's the same. So cork is very easy to use. You don't really need any interfacing behind it. If you're lining your bag, I would use probably the woven interfacing, the SF101 or something similar to it in the interfacing. But you don't really need anything else with that structure. Now I had something that I did. So this is a bag in process. And I've used cork for the sides. Oh, so don't be afraid to mix your medias. And then this is an old Tula fabric I had in my stash.
You like Tula?
Yeah, I collect Tula. So I just need to, I'll do an interfacing in the zip. And then it's a nice little pouch.
That's cute.
So mixture medias. And this is just, you know, when you cut off your quilt from the long armor, you have pieces left over, sew them together, your backing, your front, and make a small pouch, bag, project bag, whatever.
Somebody's asking, what about the grommets on the bottom?
Oh,
Like how you put those on,
the
maybe.
grommets on
Like
the bottom.
with just this.
So these feet have the prongs in them. So you would, you punch a hole, and then if you were like a prongs, and then you would fold it out to support it. So, and then you would put a piece of scrap of this material or a heavier interfacing with the prongs to give it support so they don't fall off. But very easy to install. Very, very easy. For the grommets here at the handle, of course, they can be a little bit trickier, but not hard to do. You just would poke your hole, and then you use a hammer and then like an anvil to kind of squeeze it together. Or you could just sew an X in there and not even use a grommet. So
when I've been using a hammer or anything, I put a piece of batting around my hammer with an elastic.
To kind of protect it.
Yeah, just to protect.
So this bag here is the same pattern, but I didn't use the grommets for that one. I just sewed it. So I finished off the edge. Whoops, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe below would be better. Is that, I don't know. There, I just kind of made an X and reinforced it with that. The other thing I like to point out is the thread that I use in all of my bag making, whether from when I piece the bag out to quilt the bag or do the top stitching, I use Glide thread. Glide thread is polyester. I also use it with long arming. It's a polyester thread. It's strong. It sews beautifully through any material.
And polyester has that bit of stretch in it.
Yeah. And it gives you a really nice finish to it.
And that Glide is a nice fine weight.
Yeah.
And we're carrying Glide.
And it's strong enough for this product, like for these type of bags, to piece it and to sew it together. You might want to use a thicker thread if you're actually using leather. I haven't sewn on leather, so I don't know. But I'm sure it would work just as fine. You just watch your needle sizes. That's all.
I have a project for you. Any more bags that we want to show?
I think that's it.
Okay, maybe we'll break to our show and share because we still have more to show you.
All right. There we go.
Okay. There's Darlene. That's a nice colorway with that pretty snowflake. That's something you could use more year round, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a gorgeous quilt.
I like it. We love that you bring things in.
I can't see who that is. Oh,
It's my eyes. I'm sorry, I can't either, but we love it.
that's really pretty. That looks like a lot of work, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful colors in there.
Turned out very, very nice. There's Gina. Our Gina with another scrap quilt, but that one looks...
Is that Halloween?
Or dogs. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Maybe
it is
Halloween.
a dog right there. I can see a face. Our screen looks so tiny, so it's hard to see.
Yeah, we don't get the resolution you do.
That looks cats. Look at the colors in that.
I know Gina's so much fun.
She is.
You know, like she's 91 or 92 and like she's still a going concern.
Yeah.
And, you know, her points are all beautiful.
Not only that is the color placement.
Yeah.
That's where I struggle. Like all those reds and how they're spread out with the darks and the mediums. It just boggles my mind.
Yeah, she is very gifted that way.
It's beautiful. Oh,
look at this
This is
Highland
cute.
cow, and I don't know her. But what a great job. If Tammy was here, she would know some of these
Yeah.
names.
the backing fabric. I love
Her
it.
background, yeah,
Everybody uses whites or neutrals, but that is so cool.
it is. And look at this one. Let's see. Yeah, she did a beautiful job on this one.
Again, the color placements. Is that a 3-yard quilt or no?
I'm not sure, Margaret.
Oh, no, there's 4 colors I see. It's beautiful.
And there's Kathy Stonkus. This I did put her on Facebook. This is a trip around the world, and it's for her son. And she has incorporated all the things that he likes to do, whether it's fishing and cooking and all his hobbies, into all those squares. So not only does she have the color placement beautiful, but it's such a thoughtful quilt.
Wow.
I think it would have taken a long time to get those fabrics together and then just,
That's
you know,
beautiful.
but I just thought, how thoughtful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then that's the back of her quilt because he had gone to Japan. So she had some like kimonos.
Wow. They really placed that backing really nicely. It's beautiful.
And this is one of our, this is a beginner quilt that was finished, and she sent it in. This was Margaret, and I do remember because she wanted to make sure Gladys saw it, that she did get it finished. They're all so different.
Mm-hmm.
They turn out so nice.
It's beautiful. Great job.
And then Rosie's little jacket class that she did. Here's Pat Espion. So she sends us this picture. So she's made the jacket, and I'm hoping you guys can zoom in here because she made a little dress that she has smocks. She still has to do the hemming on it. Then she's made the little slippers, and then she smocked the little socks. And there is a bunny in the pocket. I mean, this is absolutely adorable.
That is adorable.
Yeah. I just thought, oh, that just blew me away when she said that. And she was so tickled. And I think Rosie was so pleased to see, you know, what she did with it too. She really likes Rosie's classes.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Okay. So we have another exciting class coming up. And we were talking about Rosie. And maybe we'll hold these up. So this is going to be, we're doing garden flags. Now look at this one she's got. This one says, oh, that one says tweet. Yeah, it does, because I was wondering if it was mirror image. And then look at this one with the chicken. So she's used selvages. So these, you know how you can get these little garden guys. And so this class is going to be, I've got the dates here. The dates are on here.
Oh,
sorry. So Wednesday, May 27th from 12:30 to 3:30. It's 3:30. So this is a great way to use up your salvages and learn a new skill. To do some applique. Now, what she did was, this is the border fabric. That was that Jason Yentler border fabric we showed the week before. And she has cut, you know, some of that all out and appliqued it down. How fun is that? So there's just so many different possibilities. And I think the garden flag idea is great. And we have a couple of, because you will think, oh, that's nice, but it's going to fade. Well, I've got some ideas for you. We sell a product called ODIP, and it's a clear gel coating, and it gives it that oilcloth effect. And you just apply it with a bit of a credit card, or we've got cards, but you just apply it, and it's going to make it waterproof. So then it's going to be waterproof for the rain. And then we have a fabric protector that you can spray on. And I think these are great for garden pillows or your you know, some of the loungewear that we like to leave outside our pillows because they'll fade in the sun. And you spray this UV spray on, and it will become color fast. So we can make it waterproof and color fast with the products we have. We have a big canvas thing in one of our windows promoting this Wednesday show. And it's been in the window for maybe 3 years. And when we received it from Vistaprint, we sprayed it with this, and it has not faded in all those years. So it's a really wonderful product. And I think this is going to be a very fun workshop. Yes. So, and you know, anything with Rosie is super fun.
Yeah.
And while we're down here, I did want to show the Scrappy Triangle book that we have, a foundation paper. A lot of people are, you know, kind of getting into a bit of paper pasting. This is just awesome. So these are all triangles, and they're 6-inch finished, but they are all different. Look at them. And Alex Anderson on the quilt show is doing a bit of a sew along. Every week she does a different one, and she has arranged her quilt a little differently so you can get the layout, and it's free to watch. And we carry these. There's 50 blocks in here, and the book of foundation paper here is $25. But there are some really, really neat blocks. I think this will be so much fun. I know I've kept one for me. Because I'm enjoying my paper piecing from the, maybe we'll flip back up, from the brown bag. That's a lot of fun.
I'm hoping to bring all my scrap bin beside me and do, my scrap is color coded. So I'm hoping to bring it beside me and do one of those.
Oh, and you know, there were some fabulous scrap quilts at our retreat and what people were doing. So I'm excited to get some of those pictures up to show you. Well, there's this company called, what she call herself, Katie Creates. And she was one of the guests at Symposium. And these fabrics are from Andover. I guess we're going down because we're doing the fabrics. And I was not going to buy any more Halloween fabric this year because I thought, oh, we have enough. But her kids don't like scary Halloween. So she thought she would design fun Halloween. And so like these little skeletons are waving, and we've got, like, look at this. This is so happy. I was looking to see if I had examples, but she had, she'd made all kinds of little bags and all kinds of things. And some of it doesn't even look Halloween. Like, for example, like this one here. But really, that's an eyeball in the middle. But would you guess that? You could use that for anything. So what have you got there? You've got another colorway in that, don't you?
I think the eyeball kind of sticks out on this one better. But yeah.
But isn't that fun?
It is kind of fun.
And then she's got these.
I don't know how you normally.
Oh, we're just going to play with this. Then she's got these little spiders. And I don't like spiders, but I don't mind these guys because they're smiling. I got to turn it around. I think
they almost look like they glow in the dark, those eyes.
And see, there's just little smiley spiders. I can live with a smiley spider. Now look at those ghosts.
Those are colorful.
Aren't they just
not your typical Halloween colors.
I know, it's so adorable.
Yeah.
And then here it is in the orange with the pink. I just thought, it's just fun.
Well, we might as well bring out this color too then.
Yeah, with the teal.
The teal in there.
Sort of the teal minty.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I'm not very fond of a lot of skeletons, but I don't do sugar skulls or anything like that. I know some of you really like them, but I don't. But look at these guys. They're happy little skeletons dancing, and they have flowers in their hands, and they're dancing. Like, it's fun foolishness.
It is fun.
And you know, Halloween is supposed to be fun for little ones, right? Not scary. It's fun.
They make cute bags or.
Oh my gosh, yes. Cute Halloween quilts, but cute bags.
Yeah. Look at that. It's not your typical Halloween.
And I that's why I wouldn't even normally buy that many in that. I would just buy the cute ones. But look at that.
Pink in there.
Isn't that fun? It's just really different.
Mm-hmm. And then your pink lovers. Now, me being a nurse and teaching anatomy class, I'd probably buy some of that skeleton fabric to make a bag or something for class.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. So you might have some teachers or something.
And look at that with the little black and white.
Little spiders.
Yeah, but they're happy. They're not creepy.
No. I don't know. Did I show this one already? I can't remember now. But the multicolored ghosts. Might have seen it. And then she's brought in some nice plaid.
Yeah, that check is beautiful. Isn't that sweet? And that, I mean, that just, look at that. Yeah.
I don't know, our camera's not right.
Here, I'll get some of those off. But I mean, look at that. There's all kinds of things that can go together. Like even this, like, look.
Yeah.
I just love the whole mix and match of it.
It's so cute.
It is really cute. we had a good response because I had brought some of the pre-cuts to the retreat. So we do have a bundle. There are, I just have to see here. There are 26 fat quarters in the bundle, and it's $153. So there's the whole line. I know I didn't buy all of the checks. I bought just the black and white, but there's orange and pink and the teal. So we have the fat quarter bundle, and then we have, of course, a jelly roll. That's $79. So we have that one. And then we brought in the layer cake, like the 10-inch squares. Look how cute those are. And that's also $79. So just very different and whimsical and just, a sense of humor.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just think there's lots of possibilities, and it doesn't all have to just be Halloween. I do want to remind everybody the St. Mary's Quilt Show is next week. So that's the 20th. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the easiest way to remember. And it's at the Pyramid Center in St. Mary's, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 4. And that's always a fabulous show. It's a very beautiful, they do a very, very good job. It's really big. And let's see. I know we have some other quilt shows that we'll be promoting, but they're after this one. So we'll kind of wait and then do that. You can check our website for some new classes that we've added. We still are selling brown bags. And I've been working on 2 that are the same to make it bigger. And I think I'm up to date, ladies. So that's exciting for me. And let's see, we have a kit here. This is the one that's behind us. And this is one of our kits that's 25% off. And you can see how colorful that is. So it was and it is, right? Yeah. So it was $90. So that's $18 off.
And we only have 2.
So there's 2 left.
So let us know. Send us an email. Whatever, however, call the store. It's 2 left.
And I should say Cherished Pieces will, of course, have a booth at St. Mary's. We're looking forward to that show.
Yeah.
And let's see, I think it might be door prize time.
Yeah.
So let's see, for the first one, let's...
Okay, let me...
Margaret's going to do her magic here. She knows what to hit. And it's kind of interesting because she's kind of figuring out how to do it on this side of the camera.
Okay, so there we go. We have 242 in the draw.
Okay, so what do we do? Let's do the primitive garden with a little template here. The pattern with the template for the first one.
Okay.
I see Ethel Valentine on there too. I think she's got a birthday coming up soon. Who's going to be our winner? Valerie Bonner. Valerie, I believe, is in the Niagara area.
All right.
And then we have the 5 fat quarters and the teal. The St. Mary's show is next week, Lori, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
So Anne
Chagas. Congratulations, Anne. And then the book. Like, you're going so fast. I was like, okay.
You're trying to read and
look at his split. I know.
Mary. Is that right?
Yeah. Mary Neeb. Congratulations.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to join us today. And yeah, Margaret, thank you for all that great information today. We really appreciate having you on board. And with Tammy and Arlene away, we still made it go, didn't we?
Yeah, it's all good. All
It
right.
is.
You guys have a great day.
Great week. It's starting to try to be spring. So,
We'll see you in the shop or we'll see you at the show in St. Mary's.
okay, sounds good. Bye.